So yeah, I'm late to this party. Mickey Mouse is now public domain. I just wanted to give it a few days to see what gets announced, and wow, there have been a lot of announcements. People have been waiting for these projects for a while to announce. The moment Mickey entered public domain, they just full on went in. And might I clarify, not all versions of Mickey, just the Steamboat Willie version. If you try to make anything with modern Mickey, yeah, you're gonna have to fight Disney's lawyers in court. And that's not going to be a pretty fight you're winning. The reason why I'm talking about this is that the first thing I saw that got announced was just horror-esque things, like a Mickey Mouse horror game, and then of course the slasher film trailer was dropped as well, which is reminiscent of the Winnie Pooh thing last year when that became public domain. First thing that came out was just a Winnie the Pooh horror flick, and apparently it's getting a sequel next month, Blood and Honey 2 or something like that. My question is, like, is that all we got? Like, no offense, I'm fully on board with like taking these characters, making horror films. Hey, freedom, you know, go with it. Anything to spite Disney, go for it. I couldn't care less about that. It's just a bit more creativity. I would like other people to, you know, do something creative with the character besides giving it a knife and making it stab people to death. That feels a bit cliche, you know. You could kind of predict it. Like Peter Pan dropped into public domain alongside Mickey. Is he gonna get some sort of horror flick as well? Who knows? Well, technically Peter Pan, if you actually read the real story of him, does feel like a horror villain, so he might actually fit in well there. But here's the thing, alongside Peter Pan and Mickey, Tigger also became public domain this year, and that means you'll be seeing him in that Winnie the Pooh sequel as well. So again, the moment they become public domain, they're just given a weapon and turn into some sort of edgy fan fiction version of themselves. I don't mind it. Again, I don't mind it. It's just I want to see something unique with that character. You have freedom to use it. Just go for it. Thing is, when Pride and Prejudice got announced as public domain, the first big thing that came out of it was Pride and Prejudice and zombies. And that book then got adapted into a movie. It's just like we have this thing that the moment something turns public domain, something big, I mean, we just decide to slap some horror onto it, and whoop, there it goes. I want to see something, a nice twist on it. Maybe some sort of martial arts style with Mickey Mouse, or maybe Winnie the Pooh as a coming of age story. The world is limitless. And the thing is, we don't technically need Mickey to be in a horror aspect, because there's been plenty of like creepypastas around the Steamboat Mickey. There's also like a FNAF game, I think, fan game. And then there's just Bendy and the Ink Machine, which the whole premise is based on that old style of Mickey Mouse animation. So we're good in that department. I feel like we're all covered with Mickey Mouse horror. Winnie the Pooh, yeah, there's not that much Winnie the Pooh horror for people who are into that, but you'll find plenty of Mickey Mouse scary stuff even before it became public domain, so no shortage there. For example, when Square Enix was given the rights of Mickey Mouse, what did they do with him? They put him in some sort of anime-esque Final Fantasy style world, gave him a cloak, gave him a cool weapon, and just iconic lines that still baffle me to this day that Disney allowed.
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
Strange line to hear from Mickey's mouth, but it somehow works, and it still somehow works. I don't know how, but they made the perfect formula of balancing Mickey Mouse and the Disney IPs with Final Fantasy-esque characters. Yeah, it's still one of my favorite series, and can't wait for the fourth. And the fact is, the Steamboat Willie version was a world in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they made a nice story there as well. Self-contained, connecting to the main plot. Also, side note, fighting the boss in the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse world still makes me nauseous. It made me nauseous as a kid, still nauseous today. It's just the bounciness. And also with Kingdom Hearts, they also had Pooh. And Winnie the Pooh's side story was pretty heartwarming. It touched my heart every time.
Yes, I really have to go.
Well, I won't be sad, because you'll always be right here forever and ever. Right, Sora?
You don't have to start adding blood, gore, drugs into aspects of this nature. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that it feels saturated. You could do so much with the Steamboat Willie version. Maybe even make an Epic Mickey 3 like successor. It's a series that I feel like should have got a proper trilogy end, just never did. Sad, but it's open now. It doesn't have to be Epic Mickey 3, but you could potentially make some sort of homage to it. It's sort of like how Ukulele was trying to emulate Banjo, Kazooie, and stuff of that nature. There's also the Mickey Mouse shorts, and they're the most chaotic versions of this character I've seen to this date, and I don't know how Disney allowed this use of their IP, because Mickey's pretty unhinged in this series.
Mickey, but you're 3 hours early.
You know, I'm just obsessed with you.
Again, I have no idea how the employees that worked on this were allowed to do this. What did the executives think about this? They just let it happen. I don't know if they were being extorted or something, but hey, it is what it is. And the thing is, I just loved everything about it. Like the characters, although Goofy's design terrifies me to this day. I don't know why he has yellow eyes, but besides that, everything about it was fun. Like it's the comedy, the just experimenting with Mickey in a fun way, going all out and just capturing that essence of Steamboat Willie, of being chaotic. If you actually watch the first appearance of Mickey in that episode, he was pretty much a dirtbag. He treated animals like garbage. He didn't really listen to his boss. He slacked off. Yeah, Mickey was a little jerk. And I feel like this modernized Mickey, this little shorts thing, and gave it a nice twist, which I'm hoping more people can do with the public domain. I mean, there's like this one clip from this show where Mickey is like,
사랑해.
Mickey,
사랑해요.
Mickey.
사랑합니다.
tell me you wouldn't be down for a Mickey Mouse K-drama. I would watch that in a heartbeat. Or maybe Mickey Mouse love, webtoon, romance, whatever. I will eat that stuff up. I will be there, number one in line. You could make an epic saga using Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, Charlie Chaplin, if you will, in some sort of Odyssey to the West style of story. No one can stop you. And it could be a hit. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But I'm still happy with, the horror movies and stuff, because again, that's what humanity is, throwing things against the wall until something sticks. I just wish that this isn't all we had. But hey, it's just the first few days of Mickey being public domain. The only reason why I'm still kind of worried is because Winnie the Pooh's been out for a whole year and it's still just horror stuff. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, but all I've been seeing of Winnie the Pooh is just horror games, horror movies, horror comics. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Street Fighter style game based on Winnie the Pooh characters. That will be cool. I do take it back one thing. There is one cool aspect of Mickey Mouse in public domain project. It's a game called Mouse. Got my eye on it. Yeah, that's a game I could get behind. That it has a nice premise. Sure, again, it's pretty adult. It has like a BioShock kind of feel to it, mixed in with Cuphead. But I think it does the job well. It takes Mickey Mouse and turns it into a FPS. It doesn't have to be horror all the time. I hope to see more storytelling like this. Oh well, at the end of the day, people are just gonna have fun with it. I'm not the police here, gonna like, hey, you shouldn't. I'm all for it. Go for it. I'll probably still watch each and every one of these kind of weirdo public domain spin-offs, but can't wait to see what happens next year when Popeye becomes public domain. Maybe we'll finally get that Popeye movie that Sony canceled for the Emoji Movie all those years ago. I am still bitter about that. You could still see a sneak peek of that, what we lost of that Popeye movie. It was a gem, and I'm pretty sure it would have been one of the greats up there. But hey, it is what it is. Still bummed about it, but we'll see what else comes out of Steamboat Willie Mickey. And I guess that's all there is.